Good evening and welcome to Northern Night 2020. My name is Todd Jordry, President and CEO of the NSU Foundation. The 22nd annual Northern Night is our first virtual event, and while many things look different this year, one thing remains the same: the outstanding support and generosity of our donors. We've raised more than $5 million combined at the previous Northern Nights, and last year was the most successful event ever, not only just for scholarships, but also for the EIC campaign. More on that later. I want to thank you all for tuning in and supporting the NSU students as we navigate through these uncertain times. Northern has a lot to celebrate. From new state-of-the-art facilities to growing endowments and scholarships, much of our success has to do with your generosity. At this time, I'd like to introduce Lindsey Huber and Jennifer Ring. Lindsey and Jennifer are both avid Northern supporters and chairs of this year's Northern Night Committee. Please welcome Lindsey and Jennifer.
Thank you, Todd. It is a pleasure to be here this evening to celebrate Northern, and it has been an honor to serve as chairs of this year's Northern Night Committee. Congratulations to the NSU Foundation on 22 years of Northern Night. Countless people volunteer their time and abilities to make an event like this possible. For an evening like Northern Night, planning starts months in advance. We'd like to recognize the volunteers whose creative ideas and hours of preparation have contributed to this amazing event. The committee devotes endless hours to making Northern Night the premier event of the region, and they have been especially instrumental in this year in planning our first virtual event. Please join us in thanking Allie Reichman, Ona Hughes, Lee Keller, Lorna Johnston, Kim Bowman, Julie Fishback, Ashley Twist-Bennett, Cami Speaker, Eric Payne, Mary Jorgensen, Maggie Bruns, Jessica Rader, Cindy Carlson, Kelly Fritz, Lauren Bittner, and Alicia Huber.
At this time, we would like to thank our many community partners who make this night possible and contribute to the success of Northern Night. We would like to draw special attention to Schwann Financial Group for being our presentation partner this year, as well as Great Western Bank and Revive Day Spa for being gold partners. We thank these generous donors for their contributions. We'd also like to thank all of our silver, maroon, and patron partners, and our scholar sponsors. Northern Night would not be the success that it is without the support of these individuals and businesses. Lastly, we would also like to recognize the sponsors of the prizes for the reverse raffle. In third place, Heiser's Jewelry is sponsoring a $500 Heiser's gift card. In second place, Revive Day Spa is sponsoring a day spa party for 4. And in first place, Vision Care Associates is sponsoring a dream vacation. Thank you all so much for contributing to tonight's event.
At this time, I'd like to introduce a special guest speaker, one who I have had the privilege to have in the classroom. Garrett Thompson is a junior from Logan, Iowa, majoring in biology education along with minors in chemistry and coaching. He is active on campus as a member of the wrestling team, NSU Student Athletic Advisory Committee, Honors Vice President, Trio Mentor, and Trio Scholarship Association Vice President. Welcome, Garrett Thompson.
When people think of Northern, what do they think of? Generally, they think of the family atmosphere, the sports played, the rich history, or even the assistant wrestling coach promoting home duels by running across the campus green in a singlet. None of these things would be possible without our awesome donors. So, I just want to start off this speech by saying thank you. Your donations have allowed Northern to thrive, even in this challenging year. When I was asked to speak at this event, I wasn't sure where to start. I've never been a person to brag about my own personal accomplishments. And much like the donors, I prefer to help others over myself. To understand how the donors have helped the student body, I had to look back upon my own story here at NSU. My name is Garrett Thompson, and I am a biology education major with minors in chemistry and coaching. I grew up in the small farming community of Logan, Iowa. This is about 40 miles north of Omaha, Nebraska. I graduated from the Logan Magnolia School District in 2018. However, before I graduated, I had to decide where I wanted to go to college. I was a successful athlete in high school, and the sport I excelled at the most was wrestling. I had a difficult decision to make when it came to where to continue my education and my athletic career. After going on about 20 visits, and no, that isn't a typo, I actually went on 20 college visits, I realized something was different about Northern. I saw the community and family atmosphere here in Aberdeen, South Dakota. And immediately, I knew that this was the place for me. This was a place I could call home. During my freshman year, I thought that college would be simple and easy. I thought college would just be school, wrestling practice a couple days a week, and then some homework at night, just like high school. However, my academic advisor, Becky Jensen, had different ideas. Becky is a part of the TRIO Student Support Services staff here at Northern, and she urged me to be a part of everything that I could find time for. She knew that I wanted to try to find community and family here at NSU. So, I started attending honors, TRIO SSS, and Student Athlete Advisory Committee events. To this day, I am still involved with all those clubs. And Becky is one of the main reasons that I am still involved in those clubs. I wouldn't be up here today without her supporting me. Throughout my freshman year, because of the donors, I didn't have to worry about working or financial need. I got to focus on connecting with my peers and professors across campus. These connections allowed me the opportunity to win Freshman of the Year. My parents were really proud of that award. However, that wasn't the award that I was most proud of. I also won the TRIO Peer-to-Peer Award, and to me, that is what matters. Being a part of Northern isn't necessarily about the schooling, sports, or even walking to class in 2 feet of snow. It is about being a part of the Northern family, and the donors are the reason that that family and community exists. They have provided the student body with the opportunity to have that, and for that, I am grateful. During my sophomore year, I stayed involved on campus and in athletics. I was voted in as the president of the TRIO Scholar Association, and I was also the honors vice president. Coach Burkett also appointed me the wrestling representative of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. However, being allowed the opportunity to be a TRIO Student Support Services peer mentor was my favorite part of my sophomore year. This allowed me to build connections with students here at Northern State University. I really enjoy being able to provide community and plan events for Northern students. And I wouldn't be able to do this without the contributions that donors provide. And I know that other student leaders here on NSU's campus are thankful too. Your donations have given us the opportunity to build community here at Northern State University. Your donations have also helped me on an athletic level. I wouldn't be able to be a student athlete and be involved without them. They provided me the opportunity to learn from a great coach like Rocky Burkett. He has shown me how to be a successful coach, and I plan to use these lessons in my future coaching career. At Northern, most of the athletic scholarships are privately funded. Athletics are a huge part of Northern, and I just want to thank the donors on behalf of all the student athletes on campus. Your contributions have provided those students the opportunities to live out their childhood dreams. Northern State University is a school that has provided me with the opportunity to grow. The community and family that the school provides has left so many positive imprints on my life, and I want to be here today without it. I am grateful to represent the student body in front of all of you. We are also grateful for the opportunities that you have given us to succeed. Northern has shown me what it truly means to be kind, and I can't thank you all enough for all you do for this university and the student body. Thank you again, and go Wolves. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 17th President of Northern State University, Dr. Tim Downs.
Greetings from Northern State University. As you see this evening, I'm wearing a mask because the South Dakota Board of Regents system has a mask policy, and we're adhering to that policy because we want to finish this semester and proceed and finish an academic year. I'd like to thank you for being a part of Northern Night this year. We realize it's a little bit different, using a virtual format, but that's essential to keep people safe, but also provides us an opportunity to continue to support our students. So thank you for the support you provide for Northern. As you're all aware, 3 years ago we announced the capital campaign. The campaign is just in its winding down phase. We have a few dollars to raise for some finishing touches on the regional sports complex, but I'd like to just let you know, so far to date, we've raised $60 million. And that's pretty phenomenal, and it's because people like you, the real investors and stakeholders in the success of Northern State University, that this is happening. So another thing that's happened this summer, as we sat there and tried to make sure that the students came back to school, we started something that's called the COVID Emergency Fund. And it was a scholarship fund to reach out to students to make sure that they had enough money and enough scholarship dollars to come back to school in the fall rather than taking a semester off. This was wildly successful. We spent and raised over $200,000. And it made sure that our retention number stayed high, one of the highest numbers we've ever had as a university. And it also was a big factor because Northern State University is the only university in the Board of Regents system that had an increase in headcount of students this year from last. So that was a pretty big deal, and I wanted to thank everybody for being a part of that initiative with the emergency fund. Now, when you look at scholarships, Northern Night has always been about scholarships. It's essential. We use it to recruit students, and then we use it to retain students to make sure that they have the opportunity to graduate. That's the whole point of going to college. Come to school, learn, grow, and develop, graduate, and then move into the next phase of your life. So as enrollment grows, we will have a continuing demand for scholarships. That shouldn't be a surprise. I know we're all up to the task because we see this asset, Northern State University, as something that's very important to our community. And the students we graduate, 2/3 of them stay in state, and we want them to stay here to be employed and become part of our communities. So continuing to develop and support scholarships is really essential. So that's what Northern Night is about. It's about the scholarships and supporting the students. So for that and for that tradition, we will always be thankful, and thank you for being a part of this evening. So with that, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Mr. Jim Thayers. Mr. Thayers has been an outstanding co-chair of the Educational Impact Campaign. He's also what I would call a real vested stakeholder in the success of Northern State University, in the success and growth and sustainability of Aberdeen, as well as this region of the state. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Jim Thayers to the evening, and have a great evening. Thank you for supporting our students and providing resources for scholarships. And as always, go Wolves.
Hello everyone. On behalf of the Educational Impact Campaign, I want to thank all our donors and stakeholders who have pledged to this campaign to make sure we can complete these 3 very important projects. Collectively today, we have raised over $60 million, which is hard to believe. And as you can see behind me, we are on our final piece of that puzzle, which is the Dakota Bank Stadium and the Keeler Hall of Fame softball field. You know, 3 years ago, I asked all of you to dream with us as we begin this campaign to complete these important projects for both of these institutions. And today we have roughly $1.5 million left to raise, which will allow us to complete all pieces of these great projects. So we have sent out to most of you and now asking each of you to consider adding 1 additional year to your pledge, or those that maybe have not made a pledge would consider making a pledge to help us to get us past the finish line. These are great projects that are going to have tremendous impact on both these institutions as well as our community. Also, Northern Night. This is an opportunity for us to raise money for scholarships, something that we must continue to do to make sure we have the opportunity to attract as many kids as possible to this great campus. And so as they begin their online auction, please go to their Facebook page, bid often, and help us raise a lot of dollars so we can continue to offer scholarships to bring students to this campus. As always, thank you for your tremendous support of this campus, of this community, and more importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Wolves!